We have the desire because we have the gift. The first time I watched a movie in a theatre, I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a summer Sunday night. We'd sink into our seats right as they dimmed out all the lights. The technicolor world made out of music and machine. It called me to be on that screen. My mother is an actor, so she would come home and tell us stories about being on set, about the magic and the mystery of creating art that saves the artist first and then the world. And her dream began. Just as every great dream begins with a dreamer, mine did too. So this one's for all the dreamers who dream, crazy as they may seem. It is such an honor to be here. I'm Godbole, a 22-year-old Mumbai-born and raised, trained actor, classical singer, dancer, and now a content creator who loves to dream. When I was asked to give this TED talk by Rishikesh and Sakshi, I was filled with gratitude for this platform where I could tell my story and talk about how we absolutely need to, should, can, and be open to newer paths that life just opens up for us. How? Flashback. The day I was born, my father bought a handycam to document every single magical moment. And my parents would just roll the camera and let me be. Just let me be myself. And the thing that I always chose to do was the thing that gave me utmost joy, which was performing. From singing Patela Sil Jayega, because Sahi Bolta Hai, how the lyrics were written for me, to reciting a Sanskrit shlok on stage on an auditorium at age 2.5, because my auntie taught me that, and I just went in front of 400 people and said, to dancing on Bole Chudiya, putting on funky wigs, my mom's dupattas, and playing characters. You know, we all as kids do things because they give us joy, and then we grow up and then we stress about everything. I've always wanted to become an actor and a singer, and I had envisioned a path for myself. I made a plan, okay, which was solid. It was pass 12th grade, do a random course on the side, audition for roles, and then the greatest production house ever will discover me. They'll say, Sahi, you are what we needed. And then they'll launch me as an actor and a singer, and boom, life sorted. It was easy, right? We all have these visions, right, about our future. I did too, and it didn't work out at all. Not even a little bit. Nobody's calling me, no, nothing. And I was so gutted, I was so sad because I was adamant on making this path work for me because it had worked for other people. You know, this path was correct, but it didn't work. I was sad, and so my parents sat me down. They said, it's okay. The only way to move ahead is to move forward. So my dad filled out my Whistling Woods admissions form for a degree in acting so that I could learn and get better and train at the one thing that I was passionate about. I met like-minded people who shared the same passion, and it was the best 3 years. Done. They happened. We graduated. I was honored to graduate with honors and be termed as the valedictorian of the college. It was the greatest moment. And done. It was bittersweet. It was sweet because now again, I was ready for that path. Remember? I was ready. And then I started auditioning, countless auditions, memorizing a script, wearing the required outfit, makeup, going to the casting place, auditioning, waiting, and then getting a call saying, oh, it did not work out. Countless rejections. This was supposed to work. This was the path that I chalked out for myself. This was the path that I knew best. What was happening? It was confusing. It was hurtful. What was happening? What was happening? And then something happened. Oh my God! Tell us, Sai, what happened? I was literally there. Like I just covered that I could speak like that. In different accents, in different voices, and well, me was really happy. So then, this was fun. You know why it happened? Because when I was a kid, I used to listen to English music and English songs, and I really wanted to sound like Taylor Swift and One Direction, so I listened and I picked it up. Now, how could I authenticate it? How could I know that this was accurate? Now, this changed when my parents and I took a trip to the land down under, to Australia. It was so nice and so sweet, except this one lady, fish and chip stall lady, who was very racist towards us. So I went up to her and I said, like, no, can I have like a nice Australian like bit of fish and chips, please? And her demeanor changed. She was nice to us, really nice to us, and that's when I realized this has power. This is powerful if used correctly. So then I was like, what to do about it? My parents had got to know that I could do this. They were like, Sally, do something about this. I was like, what? How do I? So randomly, I made one video. It was called the teleprompter test. Randomly, in 3 different accents, and I put it up. I had made it with so much joy that people who watched it experienced that similar joy. And their comments were so positive and so kind. And millions of views later, I was like, ooh, this was fun. Now what? What happens now? Like, what do I do with this? And to my surprise, my mom's actor friend, a very dear friend of my mother's, who is an actor herself, Sharmila Dai, she saw it too. And at that point, she was casting for a feature film by Mukta Arts, and they needed an Indian-rooted but UK-born and raised girl. So she called me. I went there. I said, in the audition, should I do like my British accent? Will that work? She said, yeah, try it. It might add something. I was like, okay, Sharmila, I went in, and then I did my audition. And then they liked me and I was on, and now we were in London shooting my first feature film, and it was the best thing ever. And this is what I wanted to do, right? So now I returned, I came back home, I was like, now I'm on a path that's going to snowball, and I'm just going to work, and it's going to gain momentum, and I'm just going to keep working, it's going to happen faster. There was waiting. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, nothing was happening. I was like, now I was on a path, right? What is happening? I didn't know, there was confusion. Then my mother and my father and my best friend Manisha said, do something with accents, do sing, you're a singer, sing. And I combined those two, and I made a video titled 10 Accents and Impressions in 60 Seconds. And shout out to my friend Tejas for the cues. And it was so loved. It was so loved that I got cast in this very beautiful and aesthetic music video. And then 2 more accent videos later, we were in a content creation space. This wasn't a path that I had envisioned. I had no idea how to go about it, and it just happened. You know, there is still stress, there is so much waiting, and there is self-doubt. But what we always have to remember is that life happens, and we have to go about it. You know? Life happens, so we have to go about it. So I made the videos, and I got love, and there's, like I said, still waiting. But you know what I believe is, in Avengers Endgame, remember Doctor Strange goes through all the possibilities and all the outcomes of the war? Remember? That is what energy does for us. If we have faith, if we believe, if we meditate, energy goes through all the choices of all our decisions that we make, and then puts paths in front of us that will work for us, and we just have to trust them. But I know it takes time, and it checks our patience, and we go to some dark places with no hope. We know we can do it, but how can we do it? And it's very dark, and it's absolutely hopeless. And for that, I have a poem for you that has helped me, and it is so warm. It was by Keira Knightley's grandmother, and it goes, there is never a day so misty and grey that the blue is not somewhere above it. There is never a mountain top so bleak that some little flower does not love it. There is never a night so dreary and dark that the stars were not somewhere shining. There is never a cloud so heavy and black that it has not a silver lining. Thank you. Every day, every step of every path we take, we all meet with a what next. What next? And I just want to tell you that life happens. We have to dream and we have to hope. We have to be kind to ourselves, to people around us. We have to take care of ourselves, our health, our mental, physical, social, emotional health. Because when we are stressed, how can we be our best? Right? So we have to take care of ourselves and it all works out. This is such a special moment. I'm so thankful, I'm so honored, and I really want to thank some special people in my life who I've met in my path, who have stayed with me, and who will always. My mother, who's my soulmate, who has constantly motivated me, checked up on me, guided me, and has been my rock. Thank you. My father, who has loved me and supported me all the way. My brothers Gandha and Dallu, and my best friend Manisha. Thank you so much. And to all my fellow artists who always inspired me, I just want to say, a little bit of madness is key to give us new colors to see. Who knows where it will lead us? And that's why they need us. So bring on the rebels, the ripples from pebbles, the painters.